Good morning, Geekdom. It's me, the Artisan MC, back for a triple feature in this day. Because if you were on the watch party, you saw me watch the Bad Batch. And I just remembered I didn't post it on Patreon. But I was enjoying it. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Just a little bit entertained with this goofball who was riding my ass in the rain, active rain, and then want to fly around me to go ride the ass of the people in front of me. This is how people end up thrown off the side of the damn freeway when it starts raining in Northern California. Like they forgot all of a sudden that the road is wet and cars don't handle the same way. How y'all doing? I had a long day, a short night, trying to set things a little bit right. Number one dad, huh? Oh shit. Yeah. So I woke up after my short stint in the artisan sleep, and I don't even sound good. Artisan sleep. She was cute. I thought I was going to go to bed on a good note last night after watching The Mandalorian. And then, unfortunately, I remembered that Bad Batch dropped in episode 2. And I think it's funny the way they're doing that. Usually you don't have Star Wars shows overlapping, right? Usually don't. But I think they're using The Mandalorian as cover so they can get the rest of these shitty episodes of this show out. I think that's what they're doing. That they keep running The Mandalorian that everybody wants to see and Bad Batch at the same time on the same day, dropping at the same time on the same day, because they're using The Mandalorian as cover so they can get the rest of them shitty episodes out. Because it absolutely makes no sense the way they're breaking it up. Like sometimes it's one episode, sometimes it's 2 episodes, next time it's 1 episode. That's just trying to get through that backlog so you don't stretch it out. That's what that seems like to me. It's good. I'm listening. Aqua checking in the building. Keep forgetting the new Bad Batch episodes. Too busy watching The Mandalorian. Because the new Bad Batch episodes are forgettable. That's why. They're completely forgettable. Good. I may not have been that damn tired, but I was tired enough that I was forgetting what the hell happened in the episode I just watched. Because it wasn't anything. And I dwindled it down to about 3 minutes of explanation. And the rest of the review is me just bitching about the shit. Of saying how it's not working. That's it. So completely forgettable. Completely forgettable. I still don't know why that is. And doesn't look like you're going to get an explanation. All they keep telling you about the plans that they have coming up, the plans that they have coming up, the new roadmap and the celebration and the plan they got coming up. Look, there will be nothing to celebrate with this. Unless you're going to come out there and tell me George is taking over the franchise again. We got KK tied up in the back, and we're about to hyperspace it or something. Dude, the interest will not be there by the time you want to celebrate. We're not celebrating a damn thing. Not a thing. It won't be a celebration. It will be a eulogy. So yes, I stayed up late, watched the Bad Batch. Still regret regretting it. I didn't stay up late to download the review. No, no, I didn't. I didn't. Figured I'd do it today. Maybe on my lunch break. Give it that much time. Because that's how they treated me. Things are very reciprocal. You don't respect the fan base, they don't have to respect you. So it is what the hell it is. Yeah. See, Uncle Jackie said the same thing I did. I'll watch Bad Batch on my lunch break. That'll be about as good as it's good for. I mean, seriously. You can watch the Bad Batch on the toilet. You could. It makes good excrement watching. Fecal matter drop off, flicks. Look, I think they even tried to bait you into watching the shit. I put crosshair on the thumbnail. Because at the end of the day, it's still like a nothing episode. I was really wondering this morning when I was getting dressed about, am I going to reach crappy media burnout? Is it crappy media fatigue and not hero fatigue? I got love for heroes. I do. I have love for geek properties. I do. But some of this, a lot of this is so substandard. It's like it's just burning me the hell out to even watch the shit. It's like, wow. What the fuck? Now, Mandalorian was good. It was slow in the middle, but it was all right. It had more action. But think of it this way. It was directed by an action star. Imagine that, right? An action star directed an episode that had action in it. It did. But it also did something that's irritating to me that Star Wars has done since Disney took it. Introduce more annoying characters. Introduce more annoying characters. And I'm like, whatever. It had some tropes from other shows in it. At least two. So I was just sitting there thinking about it, like, what would be a good question to ask you? What would get you excited about geekdom? Or what would make you turn your back on geekdom completely? And understand, when I say geekdom, I mean film, television, animation, video games, tabletop games, all that shit. What would get you to just turn your back on it completely? Because I may be asking myself that question, and I've told you guys already that I feel like I must be really just aging out of all this shit, which sucks because it's something I've loved for a long time. But it may not even be that I want to wait around until it gets better again. Shit, given the way things is going for folks, I might not be able to be around long enough for it to see it to get better. I might not. Told you. 50 is approaching rapidly. Rapido. And it's looking like Murderous Row up there in the 50 group. In the 50 block, it looked like Murderous Row. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to sit around and wait for them to get it together. I really don't. I mean, my comment about DC having 10 years of squandered potential is just that. It's squandered potential. That's the most apt description of it. And I welcome, after seeing uh, Shazam, I welcome the James Gunn Wrecking Ball to come and clear it all out. I do. I welcome Peacemaker and Bloodsport to walk through the DCEU and just start having a kill competition with all the characters. Because they were squandered anyway. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? All the feminine empowerment, all the feminine douching of the guys. It's like, oh, goodness gracious, dude. This is just way too much of this shit. Way too much. And I don't know. It's getting this. It's like you can't even muster the rage to be super disappointed anymore or super angry anymore. It's just disappointment on top of disappointment. Like, oh well, yeah, they did that. Ugh, oh well, you know, it's just like add it to the list. Just add it to the list. The list is too long for you to get through. So, and that's the disappointing part. I look for the bright spots on the horizon, but hey, John Wick 4 could be really good. They could have not jumped the shark on this one. But then again, it is the fourth movie. And it's not a geek property. It's not. It was something that was created outside of Hollywood and outside of geek, which is why it blew up the way it is, because people were doing something that Hollywood wasn't doing. Making kick-ass characters that just wanted to be left the fuck alone with their dog. Waking a sleeping bear and came out of retirement and just kept killing folks because they kept sending more people at him. Like, if you left this motherfucker alone, let him walk off with his other dog, and be all good. Couldn't leave well enough alone. So that's what I have to look forward to just in this week. Just in this week. After that, I don't really know. Don't really know. And it's getting more to the point that I don't really care. Because what? It's just going to be another substandard offer. At least on the geek front. Thankfully, I don't think Sony is releasing a movie this year, so we don't have to worry about that piece of shit coming out. But Marvel and Warner Brothers, and Marvel and DC. Oh wait, we got the Flash to look for. I can't wait to see what the travesty of that shit is going to be. It might be cool if I can get a scene of Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton on the screen together. That might be cool. That might be worth a watch for like 2 minutes. And then it'll be over because I understand that neither one of these dudes is coming back to play Batman anywhere around the DCEU. So why would I care? Maybe you have Aquaman sometime this year. That'll be the swan song for the Fish Boy, Jason Momoa. Then we could run into possibly the Marvels. And Indiana Jones. Oh, God. Oh, goody. gonna be a shit year for fucking geek movies. Jesus. But at least we got one person awake in the chat. The franchise no longer respects the source material, even when attempting to evolve a franchise. They're usually a good exit point. Well, look, like I said the other day with Kevin Feige over at Marvel and Iger coming back. It is fuck them off. You don't have to give these fans something they were not expecting and really blow their back out, or they are out. Or the Magic Kingdom, the Bat Cave, whatever you want to call it, they're gone. They're gone. And most of them are gone already. You know who's left? Diehards. In Stan Lee's words, shout out RIP to Stan Lee, the true believers. People that believe in these characters. They have supported them this whole time. Not the intersectional idiots you're trying to appeal to. They don't give a shit about this stuff anyway. You know why? The true believers are the ones who actually supported this stuff when it wasn't good. And really got behind it when it got better. When it was taken seriously and it was good. They watch the movies, they watch the shows, they buy the toys, they buy the comics, they buy the apparel, they buy all of that stuff. They give it to their kids, they give it to their nephews and nieces. They get their friends to get into it, especially when it's really good. Those are the people that keep us alive. You were beaten over the head, punched in the face, kicking in the ass. These very same people, and they're like, you know what? You're gonna tie my hands behind my back? I'm out of here. This ain't a boxing match on me. And that's what they're doing. And they're watching and waiting for you to get better, to fix this stuff, and you still keep giving them the same trick. Talking about just wait, it gets better. Not right now. Tell me when it gets better, and maybe I'll come back then. Because for now, I'm grabbing my coat and hat and I'm leaving. It doesn't matter that the competition is shit too. It doesn't matter. I don't have to stand in either one of y'all camp. I can tell you this right now. With the way some of this geekdom is going, they're creating a rise of fan-created projects. Because trust me, there are talented normies who can do better. Apparently. And that is everywhere. I mean, I didn't want to repeat this because I thought it was a shit thing to say, but Disney and Warner Brothers, in a sense, is where franchises go to die. It does look like that. It does straight up look like that. So I have to give credit to where it's due. Shout out to Nerd Roddick. He said that shit. It's true. Some of this shit is garbage. And the stuff that's not garbage is teetering on the edge and they're trying to bait you into hanging around long. Yeah, that'd be a funny joke. That message. Somebody asked me when I sleep between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. So I don't know. I'm not disillusioned. That was the word that just came to mind, but that's not the word I want to use. But like a father, I'm just really disappointed. I watched 3 shows, 1 movie, 2 TV shows last night by itself. One of them I was moderately happy with. Moderately happy. That's like just above half. The other two, waste my fucking time. Shazam? No, it wasn't that good. I wouldn't even say good was involved in it. It's disappointing. Because good is not the word I look for when I talk about it. It's just disappointing. But everybody else has been saying that too. But like I told you guys, I don't listen to everybody else. I decide for myself. I went and saw it, and I decided. Good is not a word I would use to describe it. It was a film by today's standards in length and money put behind it. But good is not what I would describe it. It was just a flick. And I could not see it again and forget it ever came out. It wouldn't make a difference to me in life. Because I'll tell you this, just to be funny, in a sense. You know, the 2 things I hold on to out of that movie that I keep remembering from that movie is that the mom, the chick playing Rosa, the adopted mom in it, looked way too hot to be any of those kids' mother or that fat dude's wife. Way too hot. Right? She's got a lot going on up top and got a good headshot. And the person playing Mary in the costume looked way too hot to be playing this grown-up child in this costume. Way too hot. Now her legs look a little fucked up when she's wearing regular clothes. But as all Hollywood starlets from chest high up, they weren't looking at. That was it. That's the 2 things I think about. Like, yeah, those 2 chicks are cute. Oh, and the third thing, um, Aaron Archer, Billy Batson. Yeah, they should pull him out of that franchise and give him something else. Let him be the new Flash or something. Because he looked way grown up. He looked so grown up that he should be fucking Mary or Rosa, or both of them at the same time. Because they all look the same age. Too old to be playing children. And one of them too young to be playing an adult of people that grown. That's what's sticking with me from Shazam too. Mary and Rosa, yeah. Mary was the oldest adopted child. It was Mary Marvel. They don't call her that, but that's what her name is. And then Rosa was the name of the mother that was the mother of the adopted kids. She don't look old enough to be anybody's mom. She looked like some of the kids in that house should be fucking her. But they did want to go with the whole diversity card in that family. They made sure they covered every fucking base, even the rainbow. They even threw Skittles in it. That's what it is. That's what the hell it is. The state of geekdom is blah right now. I don't want to heat because of my disappointment with some of this stuff right now. I don't want to heap, a big helping of expectation onto John Wick 4. I don't. But I'm looking forward to the movie being good. And I said that out loud. I need to find some wood to knock on so it can just exist on its own. But thankfully, it's not tied to any, pre-existing comic book properties that they've taken and jazzed up, bedazzled, and, repainted to put out there for somebody else. Yeah, Megan Good was in it. Yeah, she was. But here's the funny thing about Megan Good. Megan Good in the movie compared to the chick playing Mary in the movie. When you see Mary on the screen, well, when you see Megan Good on the screen and how she's acting, it's like a waste of her potential. Because Megan Good is a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful ass woman. But they do not accentuate her femininity like they do the Mary character. Because at the same time, you're still supposed to remember that Darla, the character that Megan Good is playing, is a fucking child. Probably a 10-year-old, right? So Megan Good acts too good, goofy, childlike, halfway retarded, on the spectrum. You don't see her looking sexy in her costume. You kind of have to turn the blind eye to that to feel like a pedophile, right? Because then you're looking at this character who's a little black girl and thinking, oh, she'd be hot if she grew up. You sound like a pedo. So the most you see of her is her arms. Megan Good got some nice legs, nice thighs and shit. You don't see it. They got her covered up from neck to bottom, except for her shoulders being out. Her arms, her forearms and shit being out. The married chick at least wearing a skirt, so you get to see her thighs and shit like that. And her costume is like 4 to 5 bigger than Gal Gadot's costume. Like she got bulletproof boobies out there. She was halfway looking like Power Girl when she showed up on screen. I was like, God damn, is her breast that big? I didn't think her breast was that big. Jesus. She got more chest than fucking Shazam. Oh my God. But you get to see her legs and her be sexy. You don't see that out of Megan Good. They cover her up. And every scene she in is almost cringeworthy. I forgot this last night when I said it, when I was talking about that whole goofy ass scene of her throwing Skittles at a unicorn to capture it and telling it to taste the rainbow. My comment that I wrote in my notes was like, oh, so we did get black girl magic in this motherfucker. Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ. I'm so sick of this shit. Oh, God. Just painful. It's painful to have to tell you I saw it. That's what it is. It's not painful in the sense that I saw it, because I've seen a lot of shitty movies in my lifetime. I have. I've seen a lot of shitty movies, right? I have. But it's painful to have to tell you I saw this shitty movie. That's what's painful. It's fucking embarrassing. Oh my God. It's not like before doing this on YouTube. It's not like before when somebody asked, "Did you see such and such?" No. You could probably deny it. You could deny it a little bit. Like, no, I didn't see it. Why don't you tell me about it? You have any desire to see it? No. That you wouldn't have to go into it too deep. Or you could say, yeah, I saw it. What'd you think? I don't want to think about it. You can leave it at that. No, you too. You gotta delve back into it, man. You gotta swim in the shit one more time. But like, don't get out yet. Don't get out. How's it feel? Can you tread water in that? In that? Is it lumpy enough? Got the good consistency? Need some more vegetables or something or what? just trying not to get it in my mouth. Is it that bad, Arya? I wouldn't even say it's not that bad. It's just disappointing. It was like just a bunch of dumb shit. It wasn't grabbing me at all. It wasn't anything to be excited for or nothing. It was just like, yeah, some stuff happened. I told you, the biggest standout of the movie is not even the lead of the movie. It's the dude playing Freddy. Because he's the one doing all the acting. His character, you see him be strong without the superpowers. That was supposed to be Billy Batson's job. You see him having some emotional shit going on with one of the daughters of Atlas, who they were cheesecaking up a bit. Like, I'm like, damn, how old is this girl? Because they like all in between her legs while she's sitting on the edge of this building. I'm like, are we trying to get a teenage muff shot in this? What are you doing? Ooh, she got the little shorts on in the thighs and shit. And I'm like, this camera is not moving from looking at her fucking crotch. What the hell? Am I supposed to believe this is a teenager? Or what? What are you doing? Oh my God. Hold on a second. I mean, for real, this shit was. So was it bad? No. Was it good? No. It was just, yeah, yeah, whatever. I saw it. Didn't do nothing for me. Didn't do nothing to me. Just made me wonder. I should have just went ahead and went home. But I needed to see it, tell you guys that I saw it, and tell you what I saw in it. Nothing worth seeing. Nothing you hadn't seen in some other movie somewhere. So you could have passed on it. So I guess I'll have to watch Zachary Levi and something else for him to get his respect back. And I have to applaud The Rock for saying he didn't want to be in Shazam too. No, because that was two totally different movies and two totally different characters. Teth Adam would have killed that boy flat out for being upset that he was so fucking stupid. I mean, if you ever wanted to see what Hollywood thinks of men nowadays, you have to look no further than Shazam 2 to see a man-child with powers, because that's all they played him as. That's it. Just a big fucking man-child. And it wasn't entertaining. It wasn't. It wasn't entertaining. So It lost money at the box office. Probably deserved to, because I wasn't entertained. I told you I sat in that movie the whole time and didn't get an emotional spike or reaction out of mostly any of that shit. Just watching. I got more cringes than anything else. Like, oh my god, don't do that. Oh, they said that. What the fuck? Was not their best offer, but it's out now. Like, I don't know, passing a kidney stone. It's out now, so at least you can breathe easier about that part. As far as the damage is done on the way out, that will remain to be seen. Hopefully, Guardians will be great in May. I think Guardians will be great in May. And here's the funny thing that happened with this movie, too. You know what one trailer they showed before this movie? Guardians 3. And I'm like, why are they advertising a Marvel movie before a DC movie? That doesn't happen. But it's James Gunn. They want that crossover audience. Yeah. Well, you realize this DC movie wasn't made by James Gunn. You know that, right? You know the next one, The Flash, was not made by James Gunn, right? Aquaman will not be made by James Gunn, right? This is a whole year, none of these movies being made by James Gunn, even though he's over at DC or Warner Brothers now. He ain't made none of these movies. He didn't write them, none of that shit. No writing, no directing, no producing. You know who do got some bylines on him? Pete Safran. Oh yeah, he got some producing credit on this shit. But James Gunn ain't had nothing to do with it. So why are you promoting James Gunn's next movie? Terrible. But anyway, I got to get out of here. I got a meeting in 5 minutes, and we got to do our little red shirt brigade today. I thought Ant-Man was going to die. Now Shazam has a Ninja Turtle lair. Yeah, he does have a Ninja Turtles lair. You got a Foot Clan lair. Kept the same way. Messy. Grand Rising Artists in the chat. Thank you for the Shazam review. It'll hit HBO Max in another few days or weeks. I'm not paying for that bullshit anymore. Yeah, it should hit HBO Max tomorrow. Fucking hell. Get it out of the theater, dude. It's not doing shit there. It's not doing anything for you there. The best part of my week so far was seeing Victoria Alonso getting her keister out of Marvel for good. Yeah, you didn't even get to see that. You just heard about it. Like, yeah, she left Friday. I was out there partying for St. Patrick's Day. She didn't have the luck of the Irish with her. So, yeah, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Missed half the stream. Don't worry about Aquatech. I'm shutting it down now because I got 5 minutes to get myself clocked in and get ready for this meeting. Morpheus, no, yeah, tomorrow for real. Yeah, they need to cut their losses. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Drop it. But the theaters need to try to make some money on this shit. Those are the people I feel bad for. The people who actually have to put this in their theaters and they work at the theaters and they earn money off this shit. And they look at it like this movie is not good. We are not filling up these theaters. You're right. You know who that sucks for? People that work at movie theaters. Because they're the ones eating shit on this. Yeah, you can bitch about, Hollywood or the studio not making $8 billion on the stuff. But the people who work at the studios, or not the studios, but the theaters, small theaters and stuff like that, depending on where you at, they hate that shit when the theater is not filling up. If it's not reaching half capacity for a showing. Everybody showed up to work. You got 6 or 7 people there. And now The theater ain't filling up. Fucking up the theaters. But anyway, let me get out of here, y'all. Um, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I have been Artisan MC, and you have just heard a tired geek speak. Peace.